hi. I just want to say this. I'm apprehensive. This is fucking crazy. I'm saying this, but it's gonna be better I say it than film. I'm way stressed. By the way, the construction here is absolutely satanic. The construction site. Anybody who's trying to tell you they don't notice that and that this is normal, that adds to another element of what's happening around me, man. But listen, I want to say this. I think it's best I say it. Then try to write this one. And let me go ahead and whatever the word, to protect myself from people trying to haul me off, because I'm apprehensive of that. I do not believe this definitively, what I'm going to say. I would not take any action on this theory I'm presenting. Okay? I'm just presenting it onto my social media. That's all I'm doing. It's a theory that I have through spiritual guidance. Okay? I'm taking no action on it, or am I really convinced of it? In fact, I'm a little surprised by the guidance, the topic of it, but not surprised, because it makes sense. So my guidance is the type of people come in here are like, the general and the stuff I've been kind of guided this whole time, ever since actually December 2019. Paramilitary, yeah, and I get it. So those types are going to come here. It's very likely, because they can't just send in beat cops. This is way worse of a house to do that, because that had me really worried about your average mom who's a beat cop and stuff. Yeah, no, you can't do that. So the types that are coming here are like that, all right? Like the general, his crowd, right? Okay, so that doesn't surprise me either, if that makes sense. But this is my guidance, and I was given in guidance a green light show. You can put it online, and I was also guided to say it, but present it carefully, because it's pretty intense. But in any case, so here we go. Russ, this lady, the one that with obvious violent behavior, and Gwen. This is not the first time I've been green lighted about Gwen, but Russ surprised me. Anyways, this is my guidance. What I do with my guidance is I put it on a file. I don't take action on it. I don't convince myself of it until I see things how they go. All right? So anybody who's trying to play games with me, you can lay off now. All right? Good. Got that out of the way for the second time. My guidance is these people, these three, were instructed. However, okay, I don't need to get caught in the abstract. They are instructed to, at any time that the police come here, to use weapons on them. That's why, well, this doesn't surprise me with her. I've never done that, put up all the stuff she has in her room. That is like the whole world reads this. They've read that. Everybody's read that about that one right up there. What I allege is the Al-Qaeda radicalized loose cannon, who's the whore, the prostitute. I have gotten guidance on Gwen a few times that she would do something kind of maniac like that. And I was like, well, that doesn't surprise me, because she's a neo-Nazi on meth. Kind of doesn't really surprise me. But it does about Russ. So, look, I don't want to get into the analyzing of it or any more of trying to understand it. How that happened to Russ and when. But my guidance is these cops that come here are already totally aware of all that. These folks are really brave, and they're really trained. So, and that's my guidance. So you don't need to worry about any of the type of cops coming here, okay? Don't worry about it. And that they're aware that all three suspects in here will grab weapons and try to use it on the cops. I don't know what happened to Russ. When I came here, he seemed like he was a gay black man. Now, the few times I've seen him recently, I can't give you timeline right now. Relatively recently, but not too like immediate. He seems really high, really disoriented, really detached. He won't come near me. Last month I went to pay rent, and this month he won't come near me. He doesn't want to come anywhere near me. It's not because of fear, exactly solely because of that. It's just a major difference of behavior. But what I've learned the last 3 years is people who are sometimes nice, you can't trust them either. So I think maybe some of this is becoming more intensified with him, but it was already there. There's a lot to reflect on this last year I've lived here for another time. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just putting onto social media my guidance, which is really changing the perspective I have. I'm putting it in file because it's kind of shocking about Russ, but it's a perspective to have on file. That works perfect, okay? I'm not saying it is definitive, but it does make sense. So keep it on file. That he's got some shit down there. They all do. Not probably guns. I don't get that. But they're meth heads. And they've been instructed somehow by folks somewhere, let's just keep it broad, to use weapons on the cops. The cops, in quotes, when they come, if they come. Which would up it to straight up terrorism. Like these people being a terrorist. Like, yeah. But I've been saying definitely Gwen's associated with neo-Nazi terrorists because the meth and everything, all that. I totally strongly allege this. I never backed off that allegation. And then suddenly there's this other one. Like, come on. This is no coincidence. I'm done. I talk to adults from now on. I talk to only adults. I'm in here with these people. Okay? Nobody wants to use them on me. I already got a broken window that's been busted out by someone throwing rocks through it. If I had to, I'm the fuck right out the window. I just run off. Like, this is the joke. But my guidance is, stop it, mommy, you're fine. Just stay in your fucking room. What's going on is these people will be like low-level, loose cannon, radicalized, meth addict, sort of kind of people in a terrorist, whatever. Let the experts go ahead and do all that stuff. Save me doing it. But that's basically what they are in a nutshell. And that they will use weapons on the cops. I hope Russ doesn't do that. I hope he just goes kindly with the officers and works something out for himself. But I think they're really wrapped up in this, and I think they're really high. I can speak for Russ. He doesn't seem like the guy seems so fucking high all the time. You have to get that high by shooting up. I would assume. I don't know, all right? I'm just kind of making some assumptions, but it's okay. Because he's so fucking just not even aware when you're walking up near him. Like like these people be really high. And I can tell with those two, that's clear. So, they probably whatever, dude, they're really under the influence, you know? Right. All right, so look, I just wanted to put that online. I'm not convinced of it, but it totally makes sense. Because that could be very plausible, very possible with these three. I'm disappointed to hear that guidance about Russ. I hope it's not true. All right, God bless America. Say goodbye.